I am Tahnee, the owner of The Hair Mama, and I started this business 4 years ago. It just kind of fell into my lap. My own journey and story with hair loss, and it's something that I never really thought that I would be doing, but here I am. And 4 years ago, I started this actually in my kitchen at the time, and it's grown to be what it is now. And yeah, so I'm the hair mama. I named myself that just kind of like funny, and never thought that it would be like an actual business. And yeah, so it kind of stuck, and here I am. I've struggled with hair loss pretty much since my late teens, like early 20s. And I started doing hair in my 20s. And I started noticing that my hair was thinning up top, kind of was seeding, and then the part kept growing. And I was later diagnosed, it was like in my early 20s, with polycystic ovarian syndrome, or people know it as PCOS. And it actually ups your testosterone levels, causing male pattern baldness. So I was, working in the salon at the time, got some cool male pattern baldness going on. And so, kind of started my journey with like extensions during that time, late 20s, early 30s, pregnancy, hormones, all those kind of like changes in my body just amplified my hair loss. Still, I was wearing extensions and had no idea about wigs or toppers or anything like that. 35, I was actually diagnosed with kidney cancer. And I did not have to have chemo or radiation, but the trauma alone on my body, my hair was just falling out everywhere. And so at that point I was desperate. And so I went on a journey to try to find like a wig or topper. I didn't really know anything about it. So I started visiting some local wig stores, a little mortified at what my options were. And I don't know, it just kind of struck something in my heart that I was like, okay, this is what women have to choose from. And I was like, it kind of sucks. Like, you're already like losing hair and you feel ugly, and then like an ugly wig too. Like, that's not cool. So the light bulb kind of went off, and I was like, I can totally make really awesome, like trendy, realistic pieces for women. And so that's kind of where it was born and birthed. And I just started like researching it more, wearing wigs myself, started a community on Facebook. And then over the next couple years, it just kind of became a business. Through my own struggles, it's just really helped so many people in the process. And I feel like we've kind of created like something really cool and unique here. And wigs are becoming more like a thing, like more mainstream and accepted, and they're kind of a fun accessory too. The thing with extensions is you feel like amazing, you feel beautiful, but at some point the extensions have to come out. But what ends up happening is traction alopecia, which causes like balding at the spot where the extension is. And so being an extension specialist in the salon, it's hard because you have to tell your clients to take a break from those, because if you get enough traction alopecia, like sometimes that hair doesn't come back. Well, the first thing I transitioned into was toppers. But for me, the topper only lasted so long. Like the wig to me is easier because it's literally like putting on a hat, and it always looks good. And I can choose whatever color I want for the day, whatever piece that I want, and I just throw it on and go. For me, wigs just it was a no-brainer for me. And to be able to like wear different colors and different, styles and short, and, cause like a lot of people want to cut their hair short into like one of those cute bobs, but we don't do it because then what happens if we hate it? But like with wigs, like you can have your short bob. So for me, it was easiest to kind of come out on social media and like out myself as like, I have hair loss and you're gonna see me in wigs and I'm gonna rock them and y'all are gonna be jealous. And I just felt like that approach made it easier for me if I just told people like, hey, I'm balding and I'm gonna wear wigs. And when I did that, it was like such a like freeing experience. And then I just started having all these women like messaging me telling me, oh my gosh, I struggle with hair loss too, or I've been wearing extensions and my hair is falling out and I don't know what to do because I want to take them out. And the amount of messages that I was receiving from women like all over like the world was insane to me. And they were like, thank you so much for like, you know, kind of like coming out and talking about this, because it is such a like taboo subject. And a lot of women like never thought about wearing a wig or never thought about wearing a topper, because it's always been like this taboo thing for like old ladies, or, you know, wigs are gonna look fake or, you know, ugly. And so I don't know, I think that just through my own like struggles and through my own journey and wearing wigs and women seeing that and seeing that like I looked good and I looked like still cool and trendy, I don't know, it opened up a whole new like world for people. And people started then talking about hair loss more. And then I had social media groups that were like growing and eye-opening to me to see that many women struggle with this. And it's not just cancer, it's not just diseases that people are losing their hair from. Like, you know, it can be something as simple as traction alopecia from extensions. It can be just genetically they have less hair. It can be that they just want to wear something different and they can't color their hair because it's going to fall out. You know, so there's like all these different reasons for women wanting to wear hair and have hair pieces. And I think that the more that we talk about it and the more normal it becomes, that more and more people are going to start wearing hair, and it's really not that much different than wearing extensions. The main questions that we get is like, you know, is a wig, is it going to look real? Is it going to look like scalp? Is it going to, you know, it's hard for us to, as women, wrap our brain around some of this wig stuff. And when we start and we're new, it's like terrifying. And women are scared to, you know, do anything drastic like a wig, because, you know, the main concern is it gonna look real? My main goal with my social media groups were to just get education to these women about what, you know, all the different hair loss types, what the options were, what a topper is, what a wig is, and just educating those women on, and I would do it through like my own pieces, and I would get ready in the morning and show them how I put on my wig or how I put on my topper, or, you know, with my makeup, and just educating the women about all of this first and foremost was the most important thing, because it is a scary thing and there's a lot that goes into it. It's not like you just go and buy a wig and like that's it. So I mean, we get all sorts of questions all day long, but I would say like the main thing is like, is it gonna look like my hair? Is it gonna look like, you know, real? Are people gonna know I'm wearing a wig? I think that that's always gonna be the main question. The answer can always be yes, it will look like your hair, it will look amazing, because yeah, it's scary. Not everybody is gonna be like me, like I get that. Like not everybody is gonna be as open, and you know, I was kind of like excited about it. I was excited to wear them, but then I was like mostly excited to like share it with others. What's the worst case scenario, okay? We're already not happy with how we look. I mean, some women don't leave the house. You know, some women stay at home. They don't go out to dinner. They don't go out with their significant others. They don't go to their kids' baseball games, and like, because of the hair loss. And so to me, I just try to encourage women, okay, what's the worst that's gonna happen, okay? You're scared about going out with no hair. Okay, you walk out with a wig, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna come up to you and tell you you have amazing hair. I have never, in the years of wearing wigs, I have never had anybody ask me if I was wearing a wig, ever. I always have women that are like, oh my God, I love your hair. Who does your hair? Can I have your hairdresser's name? And of course, who I am, I'm like, oh, it's a wig, let me show you. And I know that, you know, most women are not going to do that, but I encourage people, like the first time that you wear a wig, like baby steps, okay? Wear it around the house for a few hours, you know, get used to it. Go to the grocery store. If you have to go to a grocery store across town where nobody's gonna know you, go to the grocery store, walk around the grocery store for like an hour and just get used to wearing it. But I think that the biggest fear is that somebody is going to call you out on having a wig on. And I can promise you that nobody does that. Most people are way too concerned with themselves and their own appearance and their own flaws of what's going on their face or their hair that they're not even looking at that. It's not just about like selling a wig, it's about the education. It's about the community too, because I think we have like 30,000 people in our group now on social media. And I think just the community alone, and when we share with other women and share and share and share and we keep sharing, then it becomes like a normal thing. And then when you have that community and it's all normal, the women in that community actually like are really excited about wearing wigs and really excited about showing their wigs and showing where they got it from, who they got it from, how they had it colored, how they had it cut. And then it becomes like a thing where it's like we're all excited about the wig wearing and we're all excited about sharing our wigs and sharing all the new things that are out and all the new, because there is so many things out now. I wear a wig every day and I have a lot of my own personal wigs, but we make a wig here and it's called our pony wig. And it's one of my favorites because the cap just fits me, first of all, like a glove. It's lined with like the silicone, so it's like nice and like, it kind of like suctions just a little bit to your hairline and your skin, so it makes it nice and comfortable. And then the beauty of it is you can pull it up. And most wigs you can always pull like mid, but the pony one you can actually like pull up more. And so I really enjoy that one. My other favorite, which is one that I'm wearing right now, is our shishi line. And the shishi has like all the beautiful, like we do all the beautiful like balayage colors and ombre colors. So they're all the fashion forward colors. Those are my favorite, probably the shishis. I wanted to have a line that specifically catered to fashion forward because I would say the majority of women gravitate to the long hair. I don't know what it is, like when we lose our hair especially, it's like the first thing we want to do is we want to put on a like mermaid wig. And because like for me personally, like my natural hair would never get that long, and the only way I could get it that long was extensions. So I of course had to have a line that was extra, more of that like luxurious Kardashian feel, all the cool colors, the trendy lengths, the trendy blunt bobs. But I also knew that not everybody was gonna want something like that. So that is our best selling line by far, is the shishi, because of it being trendy and fashion forward. But we also cater to other people that are looking for more classic styles. There's just something about it, and like everybody that puts one on, like you just like feel sexy and beautiful. And it's all about empowering women to feel sexy and beautiful. It's like crazy how much of a difference like just hair makes, just wearing an outfit. And it's so true. Like I just put the wig on and go, I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm feeling myself now. Hair is everything. It is. It's everything. And when you take it away from us, like that's our crown. Like that's our beauty. Like that's how we feel just comfortable in our own skin. So when you take it away from us, it's like, this isn't gonna work. We gotta find something. So I'm happy to be able to like provide and cater to women everywhere that need this. It's life-changing. I mean, it is. It changed my life and it changes everybody's life that walks into the Hair Mama. We have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have, and I believe it's all under the Hair Mama. We have our groups on social media, which is, that one's actually Hair Loss Sisters. But thehairmama.com, pretty much every one of us that works here that like sells wigs or talks to clients, like we all have hair loss, from like completely bald with alopecia to autoimmune disorders. We all suffer from hair loss and we all wear wigs daily. And I think that that's also like a huge deal here at the Hair Mama, is that we get it and we relate and we all have our own story. And so women trust us immediately because they know that we live this daily. And so I think that that's huge, especially for somebody new coming into the community. It's not just about one person or one product or one wig line or one company. It's about the community. And that's what, I don't know, that's what just makes our business work so great, I think. We're kind of a niche business here because we do custom colors, cuts. So women can buy, one of our just wigs off of the site. If they want to cut it, we can cut bangs into it. We can, cut the lace for them. My mom's a seamstress and she's an amazing seamstress, and that's rare Like she's like old school, like seamstress, like would bead gowns one at a time, beads. So she's able to take in and alter the caps, adjust the caps, especially for like people like me that have really tiny heads. She can tailor that to everybody's specific need. And that one thing that we do that like sticks out from a lot of other companies, we have women that send in wigs from other companies. We call them wig makeovers, and they can send us their inspiration pictures, and we will cut and color and style them exactly to their inspiration photos. I have some amazing stylists here. You're never gonna find the same wig twice. We can recreate things, but as far as our website, it's all individual pieces that are, you know, custom and unique. So that's kind of what's cool about the Hair Mamas. Like, you're not gonna usually get the same piece twice. Women come in with their specifics, and you know, most women that are going through chemo or anything like that, like the main thing is they want it to look like their hair did. And so we're able to take a picture from, you know, of them personally, of their hair, and recreate that for them. First piece of advice is to find the community, find the place where you can plug in and just learn about wigs, learn about toppers, learn about hair wear. There's so many different options. There's synthetic options, human hair options, you name it, like there's so many different things. So I think the first piece of advice would be to get plugged into some type of community or some type of support, because typically most women are dealing with some kind of emotional or mental struggle with this, and being able to take the next step into even wearing a piece often comes with like a healing journey too, and getting to the place of being okay with wearing a piece. And I feel like until you're there mentally and emotionally, you're always gonna find something wrong with a piece, because it is never going to be your hair. It's never going to be growing out of your scalp. But having the community, seeing other women wearing pieces from different companies, different, you know, being able to see that and see that women daily are finding these pieces that are changing their lives is the first step, okay? Because you're getting plugged in, learning the education, and then building a trust within a community to know even where to start looking for a wig. And then my second piece of advice would be a consultation is usually a huge deal. I think a lot of people skip the consultation part, because whether it be for, you know, they can't afford it, or, you know, they're just scared to talk to somebody. But having that one-on-one with somebody that's already experienced at wearing wigs and knows about wigs, we can steer you into the proper wig. And so it kind of takes the guesswork out. Instead of going out and having to buy all these wigs, it gets expensive. And that's what I did in the beginning. I didn't know what I was doing. I went out and I bought all these pieces, and I hated them all. But if I would have been able to sit and talk to somebody, even just virtually on the phone, text message, whatever, then I feel like I would have easily gotten into the right piece from the get-go. So that would be my other main piece of advice. And then I guess like my last piece of advice would just be confident. Confidence is huge, you know, like be okay with change. Be okay with putting yourself out there and trying something different. Even if it just takes baby steps, it is life-changing. And we see women walk in here every day that are just like defeated by this and leave with new hair, and like we can literally watch them walk out to their car in the parking lot. It's like almost like the world has been lifted off their shoulders, and they're just a completely new person. And it's just amazing to see how life-changing wearing a wig can be. It's crazy, and I don't think enough people realize that. And I just want every woman that struggles with this to have that feeling, because it is the best feeling to feel confident and beautiful in your own skin. Like, it's so important. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on all that.